Good evening. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. We are back with our campaign, Helloran Rising, episode 37. That's a lot. Now, last week everybody leveled up to level 7, which was amazing. Well done. And you were in a bit of a pickle, if I remember rightly. So, with that in mind, we hand over to Mr. Yorick Scalebane for his interpretation of what's been happening. Yorick, take it away.
Dear Riox, I'm really getting into this adventuring business. Gus and I are having lots of fun. I don't think everyone in the group is enjoying it as much as us, though. They seem to be very serious most of the time. I know serious things have happened to them, like Miet's clan disappearing, Celeste was delivered a hand in a box, the ship of Snow's friends was found murdered. I suppose Melissa accidentally made a deal with Prince of Hell, and Florian and his sister are at the centre of some dark ritual that might collapse the whole world into ruin. But they're so serious. I am not a fan of the justice system here. I think we should demonstrate a little misfit justice of our own when we get back to Redport. Speaking of which, the sewers are disgusting. I'm going to be cleaning my armour for a week to get it clean, and my beard for a month. Did you see how I finished off that sewer monster, though? Well, I know you did. You spoke to me pretty cool, huh? Everyone's starting to show real skill when we get into fights. I'm impressed. I wish I had the time and a blacksmith to make them all really cool things. The axe is coming along nicely, though. I think it's going to need a name. After the fight, we all started looking around. Snow was looking for an exit. He found a hatch that looked promising, but Gus and I know that wherever there's a monster, there's treasure, so we started looking for that. We went into this maze thing. We found a couple of things, including some chainmail. I look forward to checking it out when I get a chance. I did get hit by a trap that left a nasty black mark. I'll have to fix that up later. Moving further on in the maze, we come to a dead end that I tried to break, but my hammer went straight through an illusory wall. I was just saying to Gus that we should stop and wait for, but he pushed me through. So then me, Gus, and shortly after Miet, found ourselves in yet another sinister temple-looking kind of room, with a pedestal in the middle and a door at the far end, with an eerie-looking red, tenderly smoky tentacle thing oozing through the cracks into the room. Here we go again.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Yorick and Riox, as I'm sure he was involved there somehow. Yes, so indeed, as the last of you step into the room, and if Susie has finished messing with Miet.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We can wait for Susie to be... Any minute now she'll want back on your lap.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Right. Well, anyway, we shall carry on. As the last of you step into this temple-like structure, Florian, you fall to the ground in pain, your chest throbbing, searing pain striking through you as your vision swims. It becomes dark. It is in pain. The rest of you see Florian just collapsing to his knees, clutching at his chest. What would you
drop
like
down
to do?
to try and help him?
Yeah.
Florian, darling, you all right?
Yorick, maybe if you had that well now, it would be a good time.
Do I hear anything?
You can hear your friends, yeah.
It's really bad.
Did you slip on something?
It's my chest.
You slipped on your chest?
Hold
Is it
on.
looking worse
Focus.
than previously?
Yeah.
I would say that I'm potentially kind of like on my knees with my hands in front of me, so you wouldn't be able to see it.
So without getting down on your hands and knees, making a medicine or investigation check, your choice.
Does it feel hot?
Very much so.
I would potentially, I'd attempt to sort of like upright myself on my knees.
Sure.
And I'd probably just try and like take at least my shirt off. I know it's bandaged.
Yep.
But I'd at least try and do that and just be like, it's
Okay.
so much pain. It's hard.
So as he sits sort of back onto his knees and sort of opens his shirt, you can see the blood just coming through the bandages in the shape of those scars.
This is not good.
Florian, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Oh. Ooh. 21.
21, nice. So as you sit up to do this, you know when you get up too fast, you're dizzy?
Yeah.
And your brain sort of spins and you can't see anything for a second? That's what happens to you. And the pain is almost unbearable. But you push through and you clear your vision. You can see your friends' concerned faces in front of you. And as you look down, you can see these scars being outlined in blood through the bandages.
Can I, for how well I can do this, can I just look around the room? Obviously, I know I've literally just walked from
Sure.
one thing to another.
You make a
just
perception check.
Oh, bloody hell. Rolling good now. Perception. 21 again.
21, nice. Okay, so looking around the room, you can see it's a fairly nondescript chamber, circular. There's a door in the opposite wall. There's a large, round, sort of pedestal pillar, about 4 feet off the ground, 4 feet high. It's on the ground, it's just 4 feet high. Round,
Yeah.
looks to be made of stone of some kind. But you also see these red tendrils that have skittered their way like blood vessels all the way along the floor from the door and are now up onto the sides of this pillar in the middle.
Onto the sides of it.
Onto the sides of this pillar, and they're going up and across to the top.
I've just had a remembrance. Didn't last time we see something like this, your holy magic didn't like that, did it, Yorick? Why don't you put some of your holy magic on it? Give it a blast.
Yeah, I could try. So we go. I'll throw a what do you call it? Sacred flame.
Sacred
At
flame,
the
yeah. At the
stuff.
At the blood on the floor,
Yeah.
or on the pillar, or where?
On the floor.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Well, it's a dex save.
The floors can't generally save from dexterity, so it's going to fail. So roll your damage.
Yeah, floors are very dexterous, are they?
Not awfully, no.
Shifty those floors.
The floor just parts and then comes back together.
Roll your damage. What did you get?
6.
6. Okay, so as you hurl this bolt of light almost at the floor, this blood on the floor, you can see it sort of impacts on the floor. You can see there's a sort of circle where there is none of these blood tendrils. They all scattered away from where your blast is impacted.
Keep going.
Do I feel drawn to any part of the room?
Not really, no. It's mainly you're feeling pain.
Yeah.
But okay. As you are doing this, the door starts to flicker with a dark red, almost shading to orange, almost like flames, and it vanishes, and lots of little 2-3 inch little fiery imps come bouncing out of the door.
Like the cave.
Yeah, very much, almost identical.
Is the I was going to call it a plinth, for lack of a better word, in the middle.
Plinth.
Does it look like it's encasing something or taking the form of something?
It's the blood. It's really weird. It's like you see a diagram of blood vessels.
Yep.
Yeah, sort of the spidery sort of shit. It's doing that all over the plinth and across the top of it now. And you can
I
see
start
all
shooting
the blood vessels are
imp
sort of.
things.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
Ooh, nice, 28.
28 definitely hits. Roll some damage.
I won't bother. I'll roll the fire damage, but I doubt it's going to do anything. Not
I
so
would
put out
suggest it's not going to do anything.
my 8 points of piercing damage and 2 points of fire.
Nice. So as you loose an arrow, you catch one of these imps, and you just in a sort of shower of sparks, and then there are now maybe 300-400 of these little things, all bouncing through the door. They seem to be going to the sides of the doorway and climbing on top of each other, a bit like they did before. Seem to be forming some sort of larger creature.
And I know we've got to do something, guys, but we've been here before, but this is bad. I'm hurting.
Because the longer we leave it, the more trouble we're going to be in.
As these creatures start to form arms and shoulders, and you can the beginning of their heads, and you can still see that they're made up of these little tiny imps all over their bodies. They stand to either side of the door, look at one another, and then an arm inch reaches inside the doorway. And pulls.
Made up of these fire things?
Sorry?
Is the arm made up of these little fire
Yeah,
imps?
yeah. So and then you see them almost sort of, it's a lot of effort going into this, and you can see imps just falling off them as if being torn apart by stresses. And then there's a noise. It's like I would say like a thunderclap, but it's accompanied by this blast of hot air and the smell of brimstone and fire and sulphur and every fire that you've ever smelt that's been burning something that's really unpleasant. And out of the doorway steps a woman.
Sorry, I've just had the stupid thought of that my name is Florian Winchester, and who better to call for this situation would be the Winchesters.
Let's go to the Winchester.
Ah,
Wait for it all to blow over. This
okay.
woman steps out as she enters the room. She is dressed very much like Melissa and Florian, and the reds and the hearts. Slightly toned down, and more of a trouser suit thing going on. And she looks human. She looks fairly small, about 5'6", with sort of orange-ish skin on her face, and it seems to go darker red down her neck as the neckline seems to go darker red.
Familiar to me or Melissa?
Absolutely not.
Seeing this figure, I kind of positioned myself to be stood between this figure and Florian in a guarded kind of stance.
Where's Trelador in like circumference to me?
Where is Trelador?
Probably doorway. Came in, hanging back.
So he'd be literally be right behind me.
Yep.
I'm gonna my left hand will come out and like feel for his leg or like calf or shin.
Is this really the time?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab it and then I'm just gonna kind of look back and go, if that's you, Trelador, just remember, please,
I remember.
So, as this figure steps through this fiery doorway, assisted by these imp-made creatures, she... Well, if it isn't intrepid adventurers, how marvellous. How do you do?
I'll sort of stage whisper over my shoulder. Should I shoot it?
No, that would be an incredibly bad idea, young dwarf. Chosen of Orcs, I see there are 2 of you. Lovely. How absolutely spiffing. So, the tiresome Orcs is back in the world, is he?
He never left.
And I see an elven follower? Well, things have moved on, haven't they? How special. And dwarves out and about in the world. How intriguing. So, and another elf. No affiliations for you then, I see. But...
Who are you?
How could you possibly not know my name?
Well, I've never met you before.
Oh, of course not. We are, you know...
You've not come here to talk, Fiona. What have you come here to do?
Well, I mean, give a girl a bit of an entrance, if you don't mind. Melissa, the pretty one. The one that dear little Vale fell for so hard. I mean, I can see why. You're very pretty. But, darling, you need to tell me where my little Vale has gone.
I don't need to tell you anything.
Oh, I'd rather you did. Because if you don't, well, I'm going to have to start playing with your little friends.
But we don't know where she's gone.
But she does. Don't you? She points at Melissa. And anyway, there are 2 objectives today. One is finding the lovely Vale, which Melissa will tell me after I kill one or other of you that she cares about. And the other one is, and she looks at Florian, just round Melissa. Hello, Florian, dear.
To stop her from looking directly at him.
Now, you may be experiencing some discomfort. That's perfectly normal and not to worry about.
There we go.
All you need to do is walk to the centre of the room and join your sister, and your pain will be past. Won't that be lovely?
Now he's at Florian's side and he's got a backhanded dagger under his armpit.
Oh, I don't really need him alive. Just as long as there's still blood in him when he gets to there.
I'm going to whisper to Yorick. Just kind of talk back to him, trying to keep it quiet. Do what you need to do to get us out of here. Get everyone else out of here before me.
You can't get out of here, darlings. You're mine now. By bringing the lovely Florian to me, you've made it possible to get back in. And of course...
I take a step forward, drawing the arrow, pulling an arrow too.
Oh, very well. Do shoot and get it over with. I am literally inviting you to shoot me.
Yorick, do what you gotta do.
Yes, you have to do the thing. Now.
All right. I will, as swiftly as possible, whip out the what do you call it? The well.
Okay.
And place it on the floor. And I can't remember how it works. I can't. But
Yorick knows how it works. So,
of course.
So
He's
as you unfold this onto the floor, let's see if she is. Well, she's not really paying much attention to you. She's more intent on Florian and Melissa. So, are you going to give me the location of the lovely veil, or are you going to pick one of your friends for me to kill?
Neither of those things are happening today, Fianna.
How about one of the kitties? We see that one's in bed with the water god. That'll be fun. I'll leave him. That one, however, the taint of a Chaos Lord. Interesting. Which one? And she sniffs at the air. She becomes almost bestial as she does so. She almost sort of breathing in the air around her. Tasting it almost lizard-like with her tongue. Ooh. Oh, the outcast. Ah, Balo. Lovely boy. Anyway.
Snow just starts to saunter across and just stands in front of Miette. If it comes down to a choice between the two of us, it will be me, not her.
Okay.
It's going to be no one.
Oh, it will be someone.
Just draws a second dagger and just sinks.
I'm going to move forward and stand in front of Florian.
Okay. So.
I think Florian's going to stay knelt on the floor in an incredible amount of pain. There's not much else I can do.
Yeah, make another Constitution saving throw.
I'm keeping myself positioned in front of everyone, waiting for them all to go into the well.
I'm just going to
15.
15.
I'll turn around and just sort of make eye contact with Florian. Sort of nod.
You take 6 points of damage as the pain in your chest. It feels as though your blood is throbbing, trying to get out of you, trying to join the veins and arteries on the floor leading up to this pillar in the middle of the room.
Okay, so what did Charlotte do?
I just looked. I'm just looking at you, sort of just nodded.
Okay, Yorick. As you pull out the well, you start to unfold it. It sort of starts to glimmer with a sparkle, as if stars far away. You know when Celeste takes her starry form? It's a bit like that, except the stars are sort of more spaced out. You think it's ready.
I will just shout and call attention to myself with an "everybody in," and I'm gonna
the arrow into Fianna as he shouts
Make an
that.
attack roll.
And I'll jump after Yorick.
Okay.
I'm going to try and lift up Florian, push him through.
Okay, strength check, please.
Snow sort of flings one of the daggers and pushes Miette into the
Okay,
well.
make an attack roll.
My to hit on Fianna is 28.
Lovely, thank you. Roll some damage.
Not bad. It's just a basic dagger, so it's plus 8.
So
24 to hit.
Yeah, roll some damage. So at the moment we have Yorick, Gus, and Miette into the hole. Fair enough.
Didn't we just have this situation?
A little bit.
That's
So
going to be 8.
as your arrow hits, you can see it impacts in her, and then
Straight to where the heart would be on a human.
it just sort of, like a cartoon burning match, when it just burns and then just goes. And she looks down, looks back up at you, goes, Good shot.
It's 8 points of damage on
And as the dagger flies in, just sort of sticks in her shoulder, and again it just goes to dust and ashes. Ooh,
I'm waiting on everyone else to be
three
gone from
three
behind
people
me.
have gone in. Trenador, what was your strength check?
20.
20.
I'm going to try and lift him up under the arm, fall forward with.
Okay, yep. So you lift him and fall, and a pair of you going into the well.
So Snow's pushed Miette, and then he reaches and grabs Melissa by the back of the collar and pulls forward as he dives in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Strength check.
yeah.
Can I
As
do that?
much
'Cause
choice Melissa as I did.
I would probably try and sweep Melissa away as well.
Okay, so yeah, you strength check from you as
15.
well.
Yeah, I got a -1, so 15.
15.
3.
3. Perfect. Are you resisting this, Melissa?
Kind of. I was kind of waiting for them to all go before I went in.
Make an
but I'm not exactly
athletics
strong.
or acrobatics check, your choice.
I will do athletics because I'm not expecting it.
Okay. Like I say, your choice.
11.
11. Okay. I'll say that Snow mainly catches you off balance. Celeste tries to sort of grab you. She's running past, but just sort of grabs at your shoulder and just sort of grabs your tunic. But then her hand sort of slips off as Celeste, with your momentum, just fall straight into the hole. Snow, you manage to get Melissa off balance, and you're going into the hole, and she's teetering on the edge.
I'm falling forward and dragging her with me.
Yeah. Okay, so Snow's body weight is pulling you backwards into this hole.
As I realise everyone else is gone, I'll lean in and try and grab the edge of the well to pull it in with us.
Okay, give me a dexterity check, please.
It's a good roll. I don't think I've got anything I can eat to boost that any further. So 23.
23, nice. You beat my DC easily. So as you grab onto the edge of this hole, you can feel it start to move as you fall. And you see the light just go out. You're in pitch black. All of you are in pitch black. The last thing you hear, Melissa, is a scream from Fiona. She is incredibly unhappy.
I'm hesitant to say that's a good thing, right?
I mean,
well,
probably. For now, maybe, yeah. Later, who knows?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, probably. How big those columns are, we have to wait and see.
You do have to weigh your columns.
All the time, weigh your columns. Oh, the columns are more like that. If you weigh them sort of up,
you may have to.
You would weigh them like that, really, wouldn't you? So,
yeah.
I know we're all very childish. Debbie's smirking. So, Yorick, Gus, Miette, you fall into dark coldness. You start to, Miette, your fur just puffs up to try and keep you warm. It's very cold. Dwarves, it's cold, whatever. But you're falling sort of, because you all sort of jumped in, the pair of you, the two dwarves. So you're falling feet first. Miette, you are falling sort of backwards. But you don't, it doesn't feel as though you're going to hit something. It doesn't feel a fast fall. It's just a fairly measured fall. It's like you've got time to think about this. This is really very weird. Trelador and Florian. Florian, you welcome the coldness against your chest as this blackness envelops you. And all you could know is that you can feel Trelador's arms holding you under your arms and him behind you as you're
Quick,
falling
Trelador,
into the
get your
darkness.
bedrolls out. Put it at the end of a quarterstaff.
Is there a bottom to this hole?
I mean, you'll have to ask them. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna force that upon anybody.
That's kind of private.
That's up to
I was
them.
going to ask, is there an up to this space?
I mean, you feel as though you're falling down backwards, and you can see a sort of speck of light that's just getting smaller, and all of a sudden goes disappears.
And we can't see anything.
Darkness. You can't see anything. Even those of you with dark vision cannot see anything as you fall deeper and deeper into something.
I'm just
Eventually.
gonna.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So, no, I was gonna say. I was just gonna shout out. Yarick, how does this work?
Hearing?
Yeah, you can hear each other.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So as you fall, eventually, after about a good, it feels like hours, but you suspect it's only a minute or two, you fall into soft sand, you think, sand. And as your eyes adjust, you can see you are indeed on some kind of sand dune. The sand is cold. There's a night sky above you. With stars. As you all your friends, poof, poof. Yorick and Gus, you land feet first. Bam. Miette, you land on your paws because you're a cat. You spin. Bam. Same with Snow. Trelador and Florian, you bam, face first into the soft sand. Celeste, again, face first. And Melissa, you land on your back.
I'd start by picking Melissa and Celeste up because I'm there.
Yeah. Melissa, you have in your hand this cloth, this jet black cloth.
Kind of
Catch.
gravel to my feet and we very nearly died there. I will offer the well back to Yorick.
Guessing we thoroughly annoyed her.
And as soon as Yorick takes it, I immediately rush over to Florian to check and make sure he's okay.
I want to see if Florian's still alive.
Make a quick medicine check.
18.
18. No, he's dead. Yes, he's still alive. Yeah, he's alive. There is your hands, your insides of your forearms are covered in blood where you've been holding him. Florian, yeah, you are a mess, but you are alive.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shout for Celeste. Celeste.
Yes, of course.
Help him.
I will
now.
Immediately go over.
Okay.
Are you still in pain? And I'll just sort of start taking the bandages off to inspect him.
Yeah.
But carefully, so not like pulling a sticky clotted.
It's not clotted at all. The blood is just almost like a river. The bandage just come away.
What do I do? What do I do, Celeste?
The pain is lessened. It's still very painful, but it's not that burning, your blood trying to escape you type of pain. It's just that residual open wound pain.
I suspect we have to try and break the connection. That is the only way that we're going to be able to do this. I mean, Yorick, Celeste, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how these things work, right?
The connection, I can't do anything with Florian. It's from his sister that this is all happening from. I'd have to look at her and maybe then I'd be able to break it, but I can't do it through Florian. I'm just not that powerful.
Does anyone have a spare shirt or anything? Have you got any spare bandages, Celeste?
Yes, I've got some more bandages. Can I try something?
Sure. Of course, always.
Is Florian's chest still sort of burning?
No,
or is it
no, it's just blood now. It's not.
still?
It was never burning, but it was, to him, it was really hot because his blood was trying to escape.
Is it still quite bloody?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Before she does that, I was going to say, before you do that, I was going to open up my tinder box, my fucking water skin.
Yeah.
Because it's been looking for and literally just to wash away.
Yeah. Sure. So, as you pour your water over your chest, you can see that it sort of runs down and turns pink, and eventually, sort of, as you run out of water, it just sort of, you can see these are open, deep wounds. As if somebody's got a finger and just like, when you do it in clay, just like somebody's got a finger and carved these things out on his chest.
I'll clean it out as best as I can, and then I want to. It's a weird thing.
Okay.
But try and try and maybe help it clot, dirk, and cool down the area. I'm gonna cast frostbite on my hands and just hold my hands close to his chest. So the coolness from my hands is kind of maybe helping it to.
Okay. So you want to cast frostbite on your hands?
Yes. I just want to produce the frostbite from my hands, but not direct it at anything. So my hands go cold and maybe.
Oh, I see. So as if you were preparing it, and it's starting to get cold. And okay, so I'll say you can do that. Roll me a d20. Add your spell modifier.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Or 27.
Okay. 27. Okay, so you watch as Celeste's hands go sort of icy blue as she holds them near to Florian's chest, and you can see the water that was on there and the blood start to just frost over. And Florian, this is very painful. What's your damage normally on frostbite?
2d6.
2d6. Okay, roll that and half it, because you rolled so high.
I rolled a total of 5, so 2.
2. So you take 2 points of cold damage, but what I'll say is the bleeding stops, and you lose the spell slot,
it's a cantrip,
isn't it? But you think you've probably got a couple of minutes so you can bandage this up whilst the cold is blocking the blood from flowing. Although it has hurt him, it's not, you can actually cast it straight at him, but yeah, so you can bandage it up.
I will bandage him up.
Interesting use of frostbite. I like that. That was cool. Literally.
And then I just sort of, I'm sorry, that probably hurt a bit, but it was necessary to try and bandage you up again. And then I'll just place my hand on his shoulder and do a cure wounds at 3rd level.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything while this is occurring?
Just kind of.
You get 19 hit points back.
Nice.
Is there any water around?
Is there any water around? Make a perception check or investigation, your choice.
I'm just going to be kneeling next to Florian, assisting Celeste.
Okay.
As best I can.
Is there any way to tell from the stars where the hell we are in the world?
Make a nature check.
I was going to ask that as well once everything had been done.
Yeah, so was I actually, because I am the Star Lady.
Okay, so.
In fairness, you're distracted.
Sorry. Snow, what'd you get?
21.
21. There doesn't seem to be any water nearby. Anywhere. As you cast around, this appears to be a desert of some kind. About as far from water as you could possibly be. What was your nature check?
Only 12.
12. I mean, the stars, they don't look familiar. As in, you can't see into the constellations that you would normally look for.
Is Helloran the landmass we were on, or the world?
Yes, possibly.
Yeah, 'cause I'm having one of those, we're not in Helloran anymore, Taljo moments.
Well, as far as you know, the landmass that you, or your world that you know of, is called Helloran. You don't know of any other lands outside that land, that mainland. Nobody has come back with, gone exploring and come back with tales of far off lands. But then you don't really have ocean going ships. Nobody's really done that exploration at all. So, yes, Helloran to you, or to Miet, is the landmass and the whole world.
I was just going to look around and see if I can see anything.
Make a quick perception check.
Does that feel better?
Yes, thank you, Celeste, and thank you, Trillador, for picking me up and getting me out of there.
You have to be so dramatic all the time.
If only that time I was being dramatic. It wasn't nice at all.
To be honest, the situation we was in, the drama was needed.
Yorick, well done, and thank you for getting us out of there with that portal thing.
Definitely.
Gus, what'd you get?
20.
20. So, you take a look around. You can see a fairly long way. It is dark, as I said. It is, you think, probably somewhere close to midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. There are stars out. There are sand dunes as far as you can see in every direction.
Well, it's a big beach.
You're a big beach.
I'm not a tree.
After I finish with Florian, then I would take the time to sort of look up, because I've been trying to get to know the stars of Helloran each night better.
Okay.
So I want to see if I recognise anything here.
Okay. So, make a nature check, please.
$26.
26. The stars do not look like the ones you have come to know on Helloran. However, they do look very familiar.
Ooh.
So you estimate, looking up, you can see your familiar constellations to you, familiar stars, and by your reckoning, you are probably in Galoria.
I'm not quite sure how to put this, but I recognise where we are.
I would suggest very succinct, very easy to understand. We have been through a lot.
You're in my world now.
Oh.
Fuck.
Is that succinct enough for you?
Where's your world?
It's where I was born. It's where I was raised.
Oh.
This is where I've come from. Well, not specifically here, but I know where I am.
So you know where the good bars are?
Not one for bar hopping
And
much.
for those that can't remember, this up here is, I assume you can see my mouse.
Yep.
So this is Galoria. This is
Wasn't that where the dragons were from?
I mean, I know that, and you know that. Gus doesn't.
No, of course Gus doesn't.
I literally had, when you mentioned it, Chaz, I literally had shivers and got goose pimples. I was like, ooh.
Celeste, obviously you're from Fanria, which is way over here. And you reckon by the positions of the stars you are somewhere in Gloria. probably deep in the desert.
Would I know where the nearest safe place would be?
I would say no, because you've never been to Gloria before. You spent most of your life in Fandria.
Guys, we still have contact with Bridris.
Ooh, that's a good point. And I'll call Bridris.
Okay, Bridris appears beside you.
Hello. You
Ooh.
should know Bridris is a little bit
Cold.
bigger and has wings.
Very cold here. Why are we cold?
We're somewhere else now. I don't quite know where, but different place, and it's like funny.
See, Bridris smells.
I just wanted to see if I could get hold of you because, it's.
Hang on a minute.
What?
This place smells of dragon.
Does it?
Yeah. There's some really, really big dragons.
Oh, bigger than you?
She lifts a claw and points to the north. That way. And that way. And that way. Not sure, but there might be one behind us.
I lean into Snow and say, I feel a little concerned that the big lizard is pointing with its claws.
I'll turn around to everyone and say, Bridris says we're surrounded by really, really big dragons.
There are dragons in this world.
Really, really, really big ones.
Are they nice dragons?
Are they nice dragons, Bridris?
Well, you see, dragons nice. It's difficult.
You're nice.
Well, I am to you.
Yeah.
Because you're my mum.
Yeah.
And the other nearly mums are nice. I haven't eaten any of them.
Oh.
But something in my head suggests that bigger dragons than me would probably just eat you.
Oh.
Depending on what kind of dragons they were.
Might be a good idea to avoid them then.
Yeah.
Okay. Bridris thinks they might eat us, so it'd be a good idea to avoid them.
I mean...
But we are currently surrounded by dragons.
Well, he said he can smell some ahead of us, and to the side of us, and to the other side of us. And he thinks there might be some behind us as well.
I mean, Celeste, do you know if all of the dragons would eat us on sight? I mean, what are we doing here? Are we using the well again, or are we just staying put? Because if we stay put, we're dead. We're in the middle of a desert. Just pointed this out.
How much do I know about dragons?
Make a... I say make an intelligence check.
I'd like to attempt something after you've done this as well, Chaz.
Sure.
18.
18. I mean, you've never actually seen a dragon. You know that they exist. You know there are different types, mainly based in colour. Sort of red dragons, blue dragons and stuff. You know that the blue dragons tend to be over the waters towards the south, the very, very south, to the mythical continent of Grashan. And you know the reds tend to stay up here in Gloria. You've not really come across any other colours, although your books suggest that there are other colours.
I think where we are now, we're more inclined to encounter red dragons, and
red dragons are, as like all dragons, highly intelligent, but unpredictable and incredibly dangerous.
Unfortunately, they're as well as being very intelligent, they're highly unpredictable and most probably dangerous.
Well, if they're anything like the dragons from our world, then we can't take it on the 8 of us. It would take our whole clan to take down an adult dragon, and we can't do it.
Also, quite importantly, Galador, can you two reach 3 orcs?
I was going to try that in a sec.
Of course.
Well,
Yeah.
I've known of Reorcs even in my world, so I'm hoping that there would still be a connection here.
Try that in a sec.
Florian, you wanted to try something.
Yeah, so not whilst this is going on, but after it's finished, I was just going to add to that. As I'll be like, if you know where we are, Celeste, do you know which direction we need to go for a different landscape, if any?
Well, to the east of us is this is where my brain stops working.
To the east is Helloran. To the south is Morphle.
So east is Helloran and the south is Morphle. I believe Helloran is mostly humans and dwarves.
Dwarves, humans, yeah.
Dwarves.
Which
and
would be
Morphle tends to be more orcish.
Yep.
Which is the quickest, though?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure where in Gloria we are exactly, but I can work out which direction we need to go east based on the stars.
Maybe focus on that then for a little bit. Thank you.
Oh, go on.
So as what I was going to try and attempt, just whilst people are not so much involved in this massive information, is go into that meditative state as such, like, and see what my connection with my sister is like here.
Okay. Give me an insight check, please.
I can hasten our movement for, an hour by conjuring the owls again, if you would like.
That might get the attention of the dragons more, though.
That is true.
18.
18. So you sit and let the conversation wash over you as you try to reach out to Dakota. And you instantly bond. And she's like, she sat beside you. She says, Florian, you need to stay away. If we are together, she can make a permanent gate.
And
Run far away. Take your friends. She is so mad at you. I don't know what you did, but she is so mad at you.
Well, thank you. I'm going to do this in my head because obviously I'm trying to do this. Well, I'm trying to. We got lucky there, Dakota, but
I tell you, she is so mad.
Do you know where you are?
Honey, I'm in hell. I am in Fiona's palace. She keeps me here until she gets you, and she tries to bring us both together. I have to go.
Okay.
And she's gone.
Fiddy question here.
Yep.
Does the connection seem stronger than like any of the times before?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. So it's not like we bonded instantly because I was in this new world, or it's not like we bonded because I was literally meters from...
You get the impression that it might have been a little stronger because of the situation you were just in. Your blood pumping and trying to escape you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry, everyone. I took a minute there, and I reached out to my sister, Dakota. It was quite a strong bond this time, but I think that's just because of where we were. But she says she's in Fiona's hell, in her palace. And she is, like we've been trying to do, trying to keep me away from her. She said something about if me and her connect, that it makes Fiona's gate permanent. So I'd assume that the closer we get together, maybe the gate becomes more usable for her.
I think
That's all I got,
she's
though.
a way to get back, to get out onto the surface.
Well, as important as that information is, it doesn't really do anything for us right now.
I know there's not much we can do.
Now, so I think that's okay.
Celeste. Sorry, Yorick.
I was just going to finish up with that. We either need to get moving or make camp. I'm knackered. I could do with a sleep.
Yeah.
Celeste, when we first met, didn't you say that there was no people like myself for snow here?
That is true. You are the first ones of your type I've ever seen. But I admit I have not ventured too far in even my world. I think I've been across yours more than I have my own. I just know where I am from the stars and from everything I've ever been taught.
Still, it may be a good idea to fashion some disguises for us too, so if we come across any other people, we don't cause too much undue attention.
We'll just have to shave you.
You don't get a verbal answer to that, but you just see Mia's hair start to bristle, and she's fighting to not bare her fangs at you.
Interesting. So, as you sit in the cold, or sorry, you stand in the cold sand dunes in the evening, Celeste, you start to hear far away the sound of wing beats, large wing beats.
Something's coming this way. We need to try and hide.
Speaking for the words, think of them. How hard or soft is the sand? What we're on?
It's fairly soft. It's like it's very fine particle sand. It's cold because it's night time. You could try and dig down into it if you wish.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's bury ourselves in the sand.
Yeah.
No, we need to use the well again. We need to leave now.
Okay.
But what if it takes us straight back to where we came from?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I would hasten to add that.
Helloran said that if we don't leave now, we will change the timelines. We need to leave.
Okay, then
As you are discussing, you can see shapes in the sky, Celeste.
Because
3 of them. Far away, you think. High up, but they seem to be circling around you.
Yeah,
we need to make a decision now.
Let's get out of here. If you've just said snow is true, then we need to move and get out of here. Yarick, is the well ready?
All right. I'll get it back out and do what I did before, stick it on the floor.
So you unfold it, stick it on the floor, and it again starts to sparkle.
Let's go.
Come on, Bridges, come jump through the hole.
All right, be a laugh. Bridges just straight into the hole.
I kind of motion for people to go.
Snow jumps through.
I'll help Florian up.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
right.
am, however, going to wait with Melissa and be like,
No,
just in
Florian,
case this
go.
time.
Go.
Just bloody
I'll be
go.
through.
I jump
I
in
put,
then.
I put him into the hole.
Okay.
I'm in.
And then,
Grab it again.
yeah, I will. Once everyone else is through, I'll then...
Just as you're stepping into this hole, Celeste, you can see a red dragon start to circle down towards the sand.
I hear they're not that bad.
One or two of them.
Is everyone else through? Because once they are, then
Everyone
I
else
will
has stepped through. You're going to do the same
will
way.
get
Yeah.
through and lift it up with me.
Okay.
I'll grab onto a piece as well, just in case.
Okay. So the pair of you fall backwards into the hole with this cloth.
This is
And
not as
as you-
unpleasant as I thought it would be.
back into that cold, enveloping darkness as they pull the cloth in and the light just goes and disappears. And again, you feel that sort of falling, floating, strange sensation of being almost weightless, but you know you're going down. Let's see where we go this time.
I really wanted to save Chad from talking to himself for quite a while there and go and talk to myself for a little bit.
That's fair enough. So, as you fall, you drop into or onto some sort of stone platform. Doesn't hurt, but it's a bit of a shock, a bit of a jolt as you touch down this time. Rather than into soft sand, it's hard rock. There is oops, whatever that was. That was you hitting the rock. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can see all around you a rock walls, a rock ceiling, and about 80, 100 feet away, there is an opening. Looks like you're in some kind of cave, and you can see daylight outside. And we'll take a little break there so we can get a drink.
Ooh.
Okay, so we'll just have a quick break for drinkies, and we will come right back. And welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. We certainly did. They have just emerged into a cave. There is light outside at the end of this 80 feet cave that they're in. And you're feeling it's warm here. The desert was, when you were in the desert, it was cold. It was night. It's daytime. It's hot. Almost unbearably so for dwarves. It's
I don't
very
like it.
hot.
Too hot.
It's dry as well. Very dry.
Idris, can you smell any dwarves? No, not dwarves. Dragons.
Bridger sniffs the air. Nah.
I really like your wings, by the way. They're really
Are they good?
pretty.
And she sort of spreads them. Sort of just blocking out the light for some of you.
Oh,
and then
they're
folds them back in.
gorgeous. Can you fly now then?
Don't know, not tried yet. Well, here. I've tried at home, but, not here.
That's awesome.
She's getting so big now, Chris.
They grow up so fast.
They do. It's true.
The cave, is it full of dirt, sand, water?
Make a perception check or investigation, your choice.
I do have another one with wings. I just have to paint it.
Okay, hurry up. Before she gets killed. 4 there.
Only 11 for perception.
11. I mean, it's slightly gritty underfoot. So you look down and it does look like sand, but you're not sure whether that's sand that you brought with you or sand that was just here already.
So you said it's like 60, 80 feet in the other direction where okay, Snow's going to start making his way towards there.
Okay, you going stealthily or are you going just walking up? A stealth roll then, please.
I don't think Snow does anything unstealthily.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to work.
Everyone all right?
That dice that you bought me today, Nat. That's 31. It's an natural 20 for 31.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine.
No such thing as lucky dice.
Nope. And if they're very unlucky, you can put them in a dice jail, I understand. No idea what that means, but, apparently Dan can tell us all about that. Okay. He says, looking to the unopened package on his side. Okay. So, Snow, you creep up to the cave entrance. You having a quick shufty outside. First thing you see is bright sunshine. And as you look, you're fairly high up in what you think is some sort of mountainous region. But looking down where this cave mouse is, you can see it falls. There's almost a path winding its way, zigzagging down the mountainside to what looks like yet another desert. As you can see, golden sand stretches away into the distance, and there's that heat shimmer wherever you look. The rocks at the entrance of the cave are hot to the touch.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but we're still in a desert and it is bright sunlight. Very, very, very bright and hot.
I'll kind of walk up and take a look outside.
Yeah.
Same.
It is very bright.
Does it sound like somewhere I might know?
Just because it's bright? I mean, you'll have to give me a little bit more than that.
Well, desert on top of a mountain, near surrounding a mountain.
I mean, there's lots of those. Could be Gloria again. Gloria has mountains. I mean, Grashan is rumoured to have deserts and mountains, but you were under the impression that was cold place.
Does Helloran have deserts?
Not really, no. There's no sort
Well.
of sandy desert in Helloran.
I can't tell if we're still in my world or not, but
So as your eyes adjust, those of you at the entrance to the cave, you can see there are 2 suns in the sky. This is very definitely not Helloran.
Does your world have 2 suns?
no.
Then we're probably not in your world.
Do I know of anywhere kind of extraplanar from what Vale has told me that would be like this?
You could make an Arcana check.
Ooh, 17.
17. I mean, she's described the hells, but none of them appear to be like this.
I don't know. This place is weird.
I would have stayed where we originally came to in this cave. I wouldn't have gone out to the front with everyone.
Okay.
Can I? Are we right at the back of the cave, or is there anything else behind us?
Make a perception check.
Is there any sign of like movement or any footsteps, any footprints or anything like that outside, indicating that this cave is used for anything?
Make an investigation check.
16.
16. I mean, the cave, while it's fairly light, you look down the opposite way from the entrance, and it sort of disappears into darkness. So you think it's probably goes on a little bit further. How far, you can't tell without going and investigating.
22.
22. They're looking on the ground. You see your footprints, Melissa. The occasional tiny imprint of a pad of snows, but nothing to suggest this is frequented by any kind of humanoids or animals or anything like that.
Doesn't look like this place is used much. It could be a good place for us to rest up, because my magic is dwindling and I'm sure everybody is exhausted after the day we've had.
I think we all could use a moment to recover.
And as we're not in imminent danger of being either killed or eaten, perhaps after York has had some rest, he might study that well before we jump into it again.
Might be wise. Here, Yarick. I still feel it's safest for you to keep hold of this.
Yeah, I'll keep that.
I would suggest that we ration our water as well.
How many water skins do you have? Because
Well,
I know that Gus's is full of, or has ale in it.
Yeah, mine's got beer in it, and
I have one.
Europe has got mead in it.
Yep.
I have 1 as well because I had 2.
You had 2, okay.
I have 2.
After I rest, I can create more water, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much.
Okay.
I'm
Just checking.
Snow's carrying at least 2 full ones at all times.
Okay.
Just have to make sure that I plan my day.
Take a break.
Okay.
Roughly, how long, if I can surmise it, was it from waking up, going to court, getting sent to the sewers, and everything was happened?
Make. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Make a nature check.
Oh, natural 20.
For
22.
22. Nice. So you suspect there's going to be at least 3 or 4 hours waking up, going to the court, having that whole rigmarole. Then a good half an hour to an hour in the sewer. That's 5 hours. Then getting down. You suspect it's probably been about 6 hours or so since you woke up this morning.
Okay.
But it's been a busy day, so, you know.
Yeah.
Really?
We gonna attempt to rest here then and recuperate before we do anything else?
I think that's wise.
I
Is
think
there
the cave.
anything in the back of the cave?
I didn't really go and see. I can't see in the dark or anything, but it looks like it could potentially go on. But I wasn't going to leave everyone just without saying anything.
How about just once we don't go and explore the back of the cave, we actually rest?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
keep
if there's a
watch.
monster in the back of the cave that comes to eat us while we're resting?
We'll
Then
have people on duty to keep watch.
we'll be better served to fight it when we're a little bit rested than we are right now, Gus.
All right.
The dismissal in that.
If something
Wow.
comes
So
to us, we'll
I
kill it. If
appreciate
not,
your
we're
energy.
going to rest.
Okay, so you're just a short rest or a long rest? What's your plan?
Well, I think a long rest because I've got to empty my water skin of beer so I can fill it up with water tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, for me to be any kind of use, I'd need 4 hours of meditation, but
Let's just
See
take a
how we
proper
go.
rest.
Take a full rest. And
Yeah,
Okay.
fully recuperated and
Okay. So you want a full 8 hours, yeah?
yes.
that's what we'll attempt.
Okay.
I'll take
set
watch.
some
The rest of
watches.
you. The
Well,
rest of
what
you
we'll
go
do is we'll
rest.
say that there's 4 watches then. Over 2 hours per watch. Okay. So who's going first watch?
I'll go first.
So Gus and Snow.
I've got to drink my beer.
Fair enough. And everybody else is. You'll try and get some sleep. Is that right?
Mhm.
Or drink half of it and give the other half to Yorick, I should say.
Wake me for a watch at some point. Make sure you two get some rest as well.
I just need 4 hours so I can take 2 watches.
All right.
Okay. So the rest of you try and get comfortable on the stone floor, which is warm. It's not cold or anything. It's fairly easy to get comfortable. Gus and Snow, some perception checks, please.
16.
16.
Eight.
Sorry, would you get?
8.
8. Awesome.
Too busy drinking beer.
Fair enough. So Snow, as Gus is sitting there guzzling beer, like there's no tomorrow, because he's got to empty that water skin out. You watch as the suns get lower in the sky. No, it's not going dark at all, but they just get lower, and you can see that the light starts to shine further and further into the cave as the suns drop lower. You're obviously facing the setting sun, so you can see a little bit further back than you could before. And it appears to go back about another 80, 100 feet before it disappears into darkness again.
Cool.
But nothing much seems to be stirring. It all seems to be fairly quiet. There is no animal noises. Everything seems to be sort of... It's weird. It's like a deadened silence, whereas nothing's moving. Nothing seems to be alive. And it makes you just have a little shiver every now and again, despite the heat. was this strange, dead calm. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, that's the type of shit that will get sort of Snow's hackles up and really sort of bug the crap out of him.
Yeah, and it's very dry, and you get a distinct uneasy feeling about this place. But your watch passes without incident. 2 hours go by. Who would you like to wake up?
I'll wake up Yorick.
Yeah, I'll go and wake Melissa.
Okay.
And before I go to sleep, I'd like to repeat what I did before, with just sort of a few drops onto the trident, and just see if I can reach him and find out a bit more about where we are.
As you pour the drops onto the amulet, you can see that the water is not swirling at all. It's just steady, calm, unmoving.
Yeah.
You reach out, and there is a vast emptiness. Nothingness.
And there'll be just a look of distinct consternation on Snow's face. He's gonna settle down in the corner.
Okay.
Away from the light coming in.
Okay.
In the darkness in the corner.
Okay. So it's slightly cooler over there. Still warm, but slightly cooler.
Yeah.
So I'll wake Yorick up and give him slightly less than half a water skin of beer. You need to finish this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, Yorick, Melissa, some perception checks as everybody else is sleeping.
14.
14.
12.
12.
12.
12. Okay. So again, you get that same dead calm, sort of weird heat, eerie feeling, as if nothing here is alive. There's no insects, there's no birds that you can hear, there is nothing at all. And as the suns start to sink ever lower, and you can see the shadow gets longer as it falls below the mouth of the cave. The first one and the second one. About halfway through your watch, it starts to get exactly the same temperature. It doesn't cool down. It's very, very weird. Normally in a desert, things would go very cold very quickly, but not here. The cave, maybe it's because you're in the cave. It's staying warm. Almost, but not quite, uncomfortably so. I mean, Yorick, you are feeling hot underneath your beautiful hair and beard. There's a bit of sweat going on here because it's hot. It's like being in the furnace all the time, with no relief of stepping outside away from the forge. But you don't hear anything, you don't see anything odd. Everything is just quiet. It's spooky. Would you like to do anything on your watch?
This place is weird.
You're telling me. I'm used to being nicked by the heat for long periods of time, but this is unbearable.
Certainly no place I've ever heard of.
Oh,
Thank
I
you
just
for
want.
the way, Yorick.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
I know we tend to blame you and Gus for a lot of things, but I think that's just us overthinking things sometimes.
I know. we're out for adventure. We just want to run in head first, have a bit of fun, beat up some nasty scaly boys, and walk away with the loot. But I know things are more serious than that. And I know we should take more care, but it's less fun, isn't it?
Reasonable, but still afraid that we're in quite deep now.
Well,
Okay.
who knows how long it might take us to get home. We've jumped twice through that portal now and ended up in 2 different worlds, dimensions, I don't know.
As your conversation comes to a halt, you can see the flickers of Celeste and Trelador's their eyes as they wake from their meditation. Your watch is over. Sorry.
At some point during the watch.
Okay, sorry, yep. Not quite.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. I was going to try and contact Reorgs.
Okay.
To see. Who knows?
Okay, so you reach out in your normal manner. What do you say to Reorgs?
Hey, boss man, are you there? Just normal kind of conversation.
No answer. And it's not the no answer that you've had before, where you know the Reorgs is there, but he's either off doing something or he hasn't got time for a chat, or this is different. You reach out and you can't feel his presence. There's none of that reassuring knowledge that Reorgs is just somewhere nearby. It feels empty.
Hey, Melissa, we need to, when everyone's slept and rested, we've got to just go straight back through the portal. We've got to keep trying until we get home. I'm glad you agree.
Yeah. Sorry. The heat's getting to me a little bit.
So, as Celeste and Trelador start to come round from their meditation, so do you want to pass on to them, or are you just going to curl up, go to sleep?
I'll just say, we didn't see anything. Not entirely convinced there is anything out there. So,
I suppose
it's still
that's
best to
good and bad.
keep an eye. And I'll kind of look at Trelador and just say, thank you. I'll be getting some rest now. Thank you.
You okay, Yorick?
Yeah, fine. Don't like it here.
So,
Right.
as they get some rest, have some perception checks from the pair of you, please.
Natural 20 for 30.
30, nice.
13.
13, lovely. It's hot here, Trelador. Still hot, middle of the night, still bloody hot. You can see, looking at Yorick's face before he turns in, he's just sort of sweat running, pouring off him. If anything, it seems to have got even hotter. But there's nothing to listen to. There's nothing to see except the sky outside seems to be there's no stars. And Celeste, you looking at towards the entrance of the cave, there are no stars. This is a very, very strange place. And you get that feeling, that dead, empty, lifeless heat. That arid dryness that not only makes you thirsty and hot, it makes your mind feel it's just not right. It's just your mind just feels listless and you don't want to really do anything. It's just too hot and too full of nothing.
Can I see if I can find a rock, sort of head-sized maybe?
Sure, yeah, if you go outside the cave, there are some rocks sort of scattered around it on the mountainside.
I will bring it in with my weak noodly arms as best I can.
Sure.
And sort of set it in the middle of everybody, and then try and channel some frostbite into it. So try and make it like an air conditioner sort of, by just sort of channeling a lot of frost onto it.
Okay. A frostbite is a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, so I can just keep.
Is it an attack roll?
Con save.
Con save. Okay, it's a rock. So, as you cast your frost shock on frostbite, frost shock, completely different game. Shaman frost shock. Sorry. You cast the spell and nothing happens. You look at your hands, they're not even remotely chilled or cooled. In fact, they're hot and sweaty and clammy.
Trying to do.
I'm trying to make this place a bit cooler, but it seems that... Does it feel like it's blocked, or does it feel like there's nothing there to...
There is nothing there.
How's that working out for you?
I think it's this place. It's just nothing here.
You mean nothing here?
I don't think any of us would be able to access anything.
Where does your magic come from?
Nature. And this place does not feel natural. There are no stars in the sky. It's still unbearably hot even though the suns have gone down. This place is not right. Can't you feel it?
Well, moaning about it isn't.
I'm not trying to moan about anything. I'm just trying to explain.
Well, I have a new source of power, so maybe I could try that.
By all means, Trellador.
Reorx, we need you to cool this place down.
There is no answer.
Better, isn't it, Celeste? Can you feel that breeze?
As Trellador's hair whips in the wind. No, it doesn't really. I was lying.
I'm assuming I don't need an insight check to...
Make an insight check.
17.
17. Yeah, he's straight up lying. There's no breeze.
It was a valiant effort.
Well, try something else, shall we? Peladas. Are you there?
So you're trying to contact Peladas?
Yep.
Again, nothing.
Gods were supposed to be reliable.
I'm not sure there are any gods in this world, and if there are, they're probably not the kind we want to associate with.
So
I think once everybody's rested, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
So halfway through your watch, you can wake some more people or let them sleep. Entirely up to you. What do you want to do? You've got 2 hours left.
I just let them sleep. But...
Trelador?
Yeah, I was going to let Florian sleep, but
Okay. So Miet, Trelador has awoken you. I'll have...
Take my time, but stretching.
I
Okay.
figured we'd need someone of more skill, as Celeste's magic seems to be very unreliable.
You're aware I have no magic. Yes?
Exactly why we need you. Magic doesn't work. It needs people like
Right.
us to be on the ball. Because she's, next to useless.
Why would you say such a thing?
Oh, sorry, I thought you went back.
Trellador, what have I done to offend you so?
I think.
Okay, so perception checks for those that are staying awake on this watch.
Sting.
16,
25.
25,
15.
15. As you watch Trelador and Celeste bickering, bantering, who knows, all three of you see the light outside the cave entrance start to get brighter again. If this was a night, it was a very short one. It looks like the suns have risen once more. And
Before it gets too hot outside, I want to step outside the cave mouth and just observe the world.
Okay.
As much as it is.
As
So
you,
halfway through that second watch, I would have just left them two to it and just gone and camped out by Florian.
okay, fair enough. Do you want to make a perception check to see if Florian is okay?
Sure. 22.
22. Florian appears to be sleeping peacefully. He's not tossing and turning. He's not agitating his bandages. There's no blood coming through. He's sweating, but everybody is. It's warm.
I will mop his brow, but I'll be careful to make sure that Celeste don't.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
8.
8. Yeah, you see that, Celeste.
Even Miet sees
and
that.
you, Miet. You both sort of see Florian tenderly sort of mopping. Sorry, Trelador tenderly mopping Florian's brow.
I say nothing.
Okay. So, as you walk outside, Miet, looking around, the sky is bright once more. There is not a cloud to be seen. It's a blue, light blue skies. As you look back above, up to the top of the mountainside you're on, you can see one of the suns starting to poke across the top of the mountains. And everywhere you look, there is just rock and dust and sand and no life, nothing. It makes you shiver. The lack of anything here is strange and eerie, makes your fur stand on end, which is a good look for you. Is there anything else you wish to do outside?
No, just confirm the suspicion.
Yeah, and it's starting to get very, very hot out there.
And yeah, ducking back inside before I start to sin.
Yeah. So, towards the end of this watch, you wake up hot, sticky, sweaty. Apart from you, Florian, your face and brow seems nicely dry. Still hot, but not sweating there. Everywhere else, yeah, but not there. Gus and Yorick seem to be suffering the most. The heat in your hair, beards, your full armour is weighing heavily upon you. What would you like to do? You can all have a long rest, even though it was a sweaty one.
Good morning, everyone. It may just be me, but my magic does not work here.
In Dwarvish, Snow will sidle over to Yorick. Did you try to contact Riox? I can't speak to Peladas. It's not like it was before. There's just nothing there.
Same. I don't like it. We just back in the portal. I just want to get out of here. I don't like this
it either.
Yeah, it's a little.
I'm assuming you have. Do you have access to your magic here, Yorick?
I don't know. The only thing I've tried is talking to Riox. But if he's not here, then I don't suppose my magic will work. He's where it comes from. I'll try and just throw a sacred flame into the air.
Okay. So you fire off your magic. Nothing happens.
See?
There's not even a little sputter or anything. You say the words and there's nothing.
Why isn't it working?
Place just.
Because there's nothing here to connect to.
Just an absence.
I have a concern that we are not in a where as much as a when. That we went from our world to Celeste, and we were warned by Pelados that to stay would be to disrupt the timeline in some way. And now we seem to be at the end of all things, when there are no stars and no gods and no magic. And I am worried that if the well even works, if we step into it again, what will happen to us if we step beyond the end of everything?
What will happen to us if we stay here in this lifeless desert?
Well, it's death to stay here, but our only chance is to try it again. We cannot stay here. It's too hot. We only have a finite amount of resources.
It's too
we
hot.
Cannot stay here.
It's less magic.
I could logic and reason this, but I'm just going to get the well out, unfold it, put it on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
As you unfold the well, you can see it sparkles of stars again. It appears to be working.
I just want to... This is going to seem really strange and a little bit hippy-dippy for some of you. Traldor, I'm looking at you. But perhaps if we all join hands, put our hands on each other's shoulders and think of Helloran, perhaps we can direct ourselves, if nothing else.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I was thinking that the second time we jumped through.
But just to prove a point, I say we think of Redport.
Yeah,
because we have unfinished business.
Redport.
And I would really like to see the look on that asshole's face when we come back.
Yeah.
Can I make one suggestion?
Of course.
I don't know where we were sent to get through to those sewers, but Redport was not the place, if it was Redport, where I was so close to my sister again, and it really hurt.
I understand. But
we went through some kind of doorway to get to where that was.
But
there was magic involved.
We have to clear our names, Florian. We can do that and then we can leave, but I want to see the look on that bastard's face first.
We should get moving now.
Okay, as you are having this conversation, the sparkles in the well of many wells just and stop, and it's black.
I don't like that.
Maybe
I don't like that at all.
Too long, and I'll pick it back up, fold it, unfold it, put it back down on the floor. This time we do, all right?
So, as you put it back down, it sparks up again. gentle sparkles like it did before.
Right, everybody hold
Go.
on, let's go.
There's no place like your home.
Redport. As we go
In the absence of red shoes, we're going with Redport. I see.
Yes.
I understand.
as we go in, I will again reach out for the edge of it to pull it in with us.
Oh, you are such assholes. I love you all.
Well, to be fair, we keep jumping through to random places, so it's kind of like, you know,
No, I get
why
why.
not?
It's just, you know, you can understand from my point of view, assholes.
Oh, yeah. That is pretty much our job description.
Yes, yes, it is. Okay, so you all are holding hands, and Melissa, you're grabbing the
Yep.
well again as you go through.
I grab the edge of the well again as I'm
It's-
thinking of Redport.
Refreshingly cold in here as you jump back into the darkness, holding onto each other, and Melissa grabbing the edge of the well. As the light, you can feel the heat just vanish, and you're in that cold, cool at first, darkness, welcome, chill, just to sort of get the heat from your bodies. And Yorick, Gus, you feel the sweat just sort of instantly, just like, you know, when you come into a very cold place after you've been sweating, and it just almost freezes on your body. It makes you shiver with the chill. And you fall in that slow, not dangerous, but slightly floaty way down. And you emerge into a sort of dampness. There's a sort of splashing underfoot as you all get into this dark trees surround you with vines. Some kind of swamp, possibly. It's definitely not Redport, but it's not really, really hot, and you can feel the life here. There are insects, thousands of insects everywhere. There are noises, frogs, toads, all sorts of interesting, weird sounds, and strangely large splashes off in the distance. It's very odd.
Anything look or sound
Wet.
familiar?
Very different.
How familiar are you with swamps?
How swampy would the trip been from where I was up to Dar?
No.
No.
Do we know
Okay,
of any
then-
swamps in Helloran?
You don't know.
What time of day is it?
Looking around, it looks to be kind of twilightish.
Can I see stars?
You can.
Can I identify from the stars where we are,
Make a
maybe?
nature check.
Now I'm going to look down at the amulet.
Guidance.
Okay. The amulet is swirling.
26.
26. You look up the stars. They don't seem familiar at all. They're very different from the ones in Helloran and the ones back in Fandria at home.
We're neither in Fanria or in Helloran.
Okay.
It was worth a try, I guess.
Yarick, Snow,
Well,
can you reach Riorx and Pervez?
Oh, did my guidance work?
Did you roll a d4?
I did.
Seemed to work, didn't it?
Oh, my magic seems to be working again.
okay.
As far as
I
you
know
can tell, you can't really tell if guidance works or not.
I
No.
will try frostbite on a nearby tree, vine thing.
Sure. That's a dex.
Constitution.
Con save. Okay. So you fling out a frostbolt at this hanging vine. It hits. There's frost scattered along it. Your magic appears to be working.
Is there
Okay.
a body of water? I know it's swampy, but is there
Yeah,
sort of
you're
like
kind of standing in about 6 inches of water with plants growing through it. As far as you look out, it's just sort of, you can see that sort of reflective silvery surface of water all around you.
Yeah.
It's particularly unpleasant, Miet.
Yeah. Snow's just going to squat down and sort of, with one hand, grasp the amulet and put the other paw in the water itself, and just try and see if he can reach for Peladas.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
Religion, where's it gone? 14.
14. You hear Paladas's voice. Stop tormenting me, you cannot be real. None of this is real. Get away. But it's gone.
Okay, that was very strange.
What happened?
I tried to reach for him and he just kept saying, "Get away. None of this is real. Get away." I don't understand. Is real
Sounds like we are in our own past now.
Melissa, how powerful would you say she is compared to other gods, other deities?
I mean, she's a prince of hell. I mean, I don't really know gods enough to really compare, but I know that princes of hell are pretty powerful in themselves.
I have a suggestion if we wish to try the well one more time.
But let's figure out where we are. You alright?
I think I know where we are. We want to go to Redport. We are in Redport, but we did not specify when.
Oh, that's clever.
That would make sense.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
Have we looped back around?
I don't.
Maybe we have. Maybe if Yorick or Trelador can contact Yorick or contact Yorks and find out what his opinion is of having an elven follower this far in his past.
Which begs the question: why, where, and when did Vale go? And why? Is she going to go back and try and change something?
I do actually have a question for the DM on that front.
Okay.
With what Fiona was saying, do I have any inkling of where Vale would have gone through this well? Especially now that we kind of vaguely know how it works.
Well, I will say make an intelligence check.
Nice pun.
Haha.
Rain. Shit. Helps if I keep hold of my d20s.
No, you have to roll them. You can't just keep hold of them. That's not how the dice work.
Oh, it's 20 again.
Did technically roll it.
Oh, look.
Intelligence plus 3, 21.
21. Okay. Knowing from your conversation with Dunks and knowing Vale very well, if she's running from Fiona, as he suggested, if she knew how to use the well, which you don't know whether she did or not, you would probably guess that she would try to hide somewhere where Fiona wouldn't think to look. Now, where that would be, I mean, only really Vale knows that. But Melissa's fairly intelligent. And running from someone is not a million miles away from what you've done in the past. So if you have a good think about it, you may be able to surmise that one of the places you've just been would make good hiding places. In fact, all of them, even the one you're in now, would make a good hiding place. As it seems that the Well of Many Worlds is just taking you to random places. Or, if you were to believe me yet, it's taking you to where you want to go, but you just don't know how to use the Well of Many Worlds.
I have my suspicions, and what we're figuring out is making sense. I think we need to figure out how that thing works, but we need to make sure we're somewhere safe. But again, Yarick, what kind of signal are you getting from Reorx here?
Right, let's try. Just relax myself.
I can fill up. Sorry.
Hey, Reorx, are you there?
You wait. There's a... Who's that?
Oh, hey.
Who's speaking to me? Who's that?
Hello,
Who are you?
I'm Yorick.
Yorick. Not sure I know anyone called Yorick. I'll ask Paul Yorick. I knew him not.
Inspiration point.
Yes. I'm going to give myself advantage on my next roll for that.
I'm a...
How are you speaking to me?
How? It's very complicated.
Complicated my arse. I'm a fucking god.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, let me explain it.
Try me.
I am a follower of you. I'm a dwarf from Daghold. I have spoken to you many times, but I think I've done some time traveling, and now you don't know me.
Daghold. Daghold. That name rings a bell. Daghold.
In the Circle Mountains.
Daghold in the Circle Mountains. Would that... Hang on a minute. Is that you, Paladas? Are you being a dick again?
No, but my friend speaks to Paladas.
Fucking mental, that boy. Anyway. Yeah, Daghold. There's not been a Daghold for thousands of years.
Right.
Oh, wait, hang on. Yorick! Fucking hell. Right, words of advice. Fuck off. Now.
Where to?
Anywhere but here.
Okay.
Now.
All right. We're gone.
Good boy.
Well, that's the second time today we've been told to fuck off by a god.
if that's
a
not
sign we're doing everything right.
Yeah, and if that's not the GM going, for fuck's sake, figure it out soon, guys. Come on.
Right,
it's not me. Just Reorx just likes telling you to fuck off.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's like that.
Yorick, what are we doing?
Apparently we're fucking off.
So, Reox told you to fuck off as well?
Yep.
Right, okay. Let's fuck off then, I guess.
Okay, but before you open it up, are we gonna go on Miette's crazy and also beautifully intelligent suggestion?
Well, if
Yeah.
that's going to be the case, then half of us think of the place, half of us think of the time. Hopefully we
In
get
the
there.
place, in the time.
Yeah,
Can you not think of two things at once?
I mean, I could, but...
Let's all do that then. And
Let's
I'll
do
open
it.
the way.
So let me get this straight. Who's thinking about the place?
We all think about place and time.
You're
We
all
can
thinking about place and time at the same time. Because
we can manage that.
what? Even Gus? Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Redport when we got there, or just after when we got there.
Okay. All right. So you unfold the Well of Many Worlds again, and it sparkles as it should do. This time, I want. Okay, what we'll do is we'll make it a group check.
Oh,
Seeing as you have come up with a plan that isn't, just rush in
Terrible.
and smack it with your face.
Made a plan and trying to coordinate. It's
I
gonna be
know,
terrible.
it's amazing. I'm very proud of you all. I want each of you in turn to roll D100. So we'll start with Celeste.
D100.
93.
93. Nice. And Florian.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, 88.
88. Nice. Gus.
85.
85. Lovely. Yorick.
20.
Back to full. Melissa.
27.
27. That's more like it. Yet.
86.
86. Okay. Where do we get to? Sorry. Snow.
89.
89. Trellador.
50.
50.
Oh, Mr. Sit on the fence in the middle.
Okay. Is that everybody? I think I didn't miss anyone, did I?
Yorick.
Yorick. Sorry, Yorick.
What?
No, he did one.
Already
Oh, yeah,
went.
he did one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, he
6,
did.
7, 8.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah, I've got
So
everyone. Okay.
the loot goes to Celeste then. She rolled the highest.
Well,
Oh, I thought, but we now split off into two groups and go and do a dungeon or something.
yes, that's exactly right. So Celeste, Miette, Snow, and Gus.
See, Terry liked it.
Yeah, very much so.
So here in 3 DPS, we have a chance.
And the other group is Yorick, Melissa, and Trellador.
Florian?
And Florian, sorry. No, Florian's... No, hang on, no, I've got that wrong.
Yeah, I was the highest of the lowest, wasn't
You
I?
were.
Or the lowest of the high, sorry.
So, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, it'd be,
No.
it'd be Gus, Yorick, Melissa, and Trellador would be the other group.
And
2 tanks.
Anyway, you all come into that blackness. Who's grabbing the well?
Me, because
As
I'm
ever.
quite used
Okay.
to it.
So you grab the well, and again, you're enfolded into this by now familiar cold darkness that you float gently through, and you land.
And at this stage, I'm starting to do acrobatic exercises going through it, because
Are
why
you?
not?
Okay, fair enough then.
I'm just holding on like death grip on people.
Yeah, everybody's slightly moving because Miette's giving it on the way down. So you float down, some of you, Miette's all over the place. You land in a circular chamber with a pedestal in the middle of it. And Florian, again, you sink to your knees in pain.
That's not what I was thinking of.
Right, let's get moving. Quick. Is there a way out?
Your blood.
behind
Make a
us.
perception check.
20 total.
Perception +4, 17.
17. There is only one door in this chamber. Straight across in front of you.
Trallador, grab Florian, let's go. And Snow starts sprinting across.
Okay. Florian, make a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw, please.
I'll hoik Florian up.
Okay. Make a strength check, please.
Can I guidance Trellador there?
Of course.
D4.
Add a D4 to that. What's your Constitution save?
5.
5. Oh, nasty. 7 points of damage as your blood again surges to the surface. As if trying to
29.
escape your... Yeah. And you just gather him in your arms, pick him up off the floor bodily and just run.
And
No.
No, not like that. It's more like Top Gun. So, as you're running across to... Where are you running to?
The doorway.
The doorway to get out
Okay.
before
So-
any magic stuff happens.
Get to the doorway. Door is locked.
Okay. Can I check for traps and then
Sure,
start?
make an
lock
investigation
it?
check.
Don't fuck me, please. 20 total.
20 total, yeah. So you tick, and you can hear the tumblers just clicking into place as you work easily to unlock the door. Sorry, that's the investigation check. There are no traps. So
Okay,
make
cool.
your thieves tools check to unlock the door.
Don't fuck me. So it's a D20 plus my
Plus your dex
Perfect.
and your proficiency.
guidance.
9.
Too late.
Okay.
Ah!
That's 19 total.
19. The tumblers just won't budge. You get it almost. You can hear all of them, 6, 7 of them, but you just can't get the rest.
We need to move.
I'll shove him out of the way and have a go.
Okay, fair enough.
Florian is
Can I-
absolutely in agony, by the way. He is not in a good place.
Having done what I've just done and I know where I went wrong, can I assist and just go point?
Guidance.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a guidance. I'll say it's very difficult to assist here because the lock is very small, so you can only
Yeah.
kind of. So
But
I'm
if I can put my ear to the door, I can listen to the clicks the way that they went last time, and then
sure, okay, yeah, all right, you can have advantage then. Yeah, go for it. Advantage and a D4. So you're rolling a D20 with advantage plus your dex, your proficiency, and a D4.
Okay, I do have proficiency in thieves' tools, but
You
I'm
do.
not sure where to find it on my.
Doesn't matter. Your
Um,
proficiency
plus
bonus
3.
is fine.
So your dex plus your proficiency bonus plus whatever you roll plus a D4
At advantage because
at
you've got-
advantage.
numbers are hard.
Numbers are hard because I still can't find my bonus.
Okay, so your
What's
proficiency
your dex?
your proficiency
Mod?
bonus, I believe, is
Is
plus 3.
three.
So let's have a look.
plus 3, yeah.
Okay, in that case, it's 33 total.
33.
33.
33. Actually, your proficiency bonus plus 3. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You just watch as Miet just goes, tick, 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 boom. Just pulls it open.
Yeah. And basically Snow is out the door.
Okay, so you run into a corridor. It's lined with wooden panels, and it's a carpeted floor. It's
Does
not
this look
what
at
you
all
were
familiar to the
expecting.
trading post?
As we're moving, can I just get a sense for this area? Does it feel hellish
Okay.
in any sense
So-
around me?
To answer the first question, does it feel like the trading post? Doesn't look like it. The carpet is sort of a deep royal blue. The wood panelling is a fairly light oak, beautifully done. Looking up at the ceiling, there is a white, almost swirl pattern on the ceiling. There are sconces with torches in the wall. Does it feel hellish? Make a nature check. Or an arcana check. Up to you. Whichever one you fancy.
Can I be cheeky and get my Hunter's Bane? Or I suppose that's more for creatures. Than
Yeah,
it is.
no, you can't have that for finding out where you are.
14, 20.
20. It smells a little sulphurous, but you're not sure if it's one of the hells or just a passageway over one of the hells. You don't appear to be in one of the hells, but you're certainly adjacent to it.
Let's just keep moving.
So, you're running down the corridor. Trellador, you glance at Florian, who is literally in agony and needs to make another constitution saving throw.
I am in palpitations here, people. My heart is beating. I am scared for my life.
Okay.
That's only slightly better.
What'd you get?
8.
8. That's another 4 points of damage as your blood is throbbing over your chest. You can feel it trying to escape.
Can I attempt
body.
to talk?
Would you get an 8?
Yeah.
You
Less a talk, more of basically
more of
what.
Can I shout out, Reorx, protect him?
Nice. Okay. Roll me a D100, please. Trellador.
99.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. You yell out, Reorx, protect him. And you feel, Florian, a calmness come over your body as a warmth spreads through you. Not a fiery warmth, more of a warmth of home, of hearth, of being in a forge and being safe somehow. It's very weird. And Trellador, you feel stronger. You feel the power of Reorx coursing through you, almost enveloping yourself and Florian in this protective bubble. And Yorick, you see, just for a brief instant, 2 giant hands surround Florian and Trellador before they vanish as you run on through this corridor. There. The ground starts to shake slightly. And you all sort of start, as you're running, you sort of, not stumbling, but almost tripping every now and again. And you can see at the end of the corridor, there is a doorway that is gilded in red and gold and wreathed in what appears to be small, tiny little flames licking at the edges of the walls. Snow, Miette, you're up front. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You check the traps, I will try to lock.
I really hope this works. Snow's going to pull one of his water skins, slice it, throw the water, and throw the amulet into the middle of it and just call and say, please, for the love of all the water in the world, get us out of here.
Okay.
Can I add to that and cast Create Water to make more?
Well, you don't know what I'm doing, so...
Well, I'm just going to see him producing water and it's like a flamey door. So, yeah, I'm going on with that bullshit. Let's go.
Okay, create water. How much water does it create?
10 gallons.
And
yes,
where are you in the marching order? Because I know for sure that Snow and Miette are both in front of you. I'm thinking, as you were probably last through.
Well, I was guidancing yet, so I would have been fairly close to the front.
Okay, just so I know who's going to get wet.
You are going to be getting so much evils when Miette gets wet.
Okay, so yeah, I'll say you can create water. You just sort of throwing it at the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Snow, you throw your water skin after slitting it, and the amulet. Are you taking the amulet off?
No, so he's going to pull the amulet and just thrust the amulet into the water.
Cool, gotcha. Okay. Roll me a D100. See if Peladas is. Oh no.
That's 87.
87. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, as you do that, the water flashes up against the door, and hisses as it as the door sucks the water into the heat. You then get absolutely battered by water coming from behind you. 10 gallons of water comes through Miette and Snow up against the door. You fall forward, and you can just, in your mind, hear. That's it. That's all you hear.
Okay.
The door appears to be still shut, surprisingly. What are you doing?
Oh, shit.
Check for traps. I will try to lock.
Righto.
Okay, so investigation check.
19.
Meanwhile, who's at the back?
Probably me.
Okay, make a perception check. 19. You search quickly. There do not appear to be any traps on this door. Roll your D20 plus Dex plus proficiency.
I rolled a 4. And I thought this is not a good time for 4, so I used my inspiration point.
Okay.
And I rolled a 2.
Okay. So you're going with the 4 then?
I'm going with the 4.
So
that's a total of 14.
14. Okay. So you're soaking wet and not very happy, and the lock will not budge. After the first one was so easy. So what was
16
your
perception?
16. There is something coming.
There's something following us. We need to move fast.
You know it is infernal. It is unhappy. It wants to feed.
We need to get out of here now, so do whatever you can to get us through that door.
Trellador, break the lock.
Trellador, who's carrying Florian. Okay.
Oh, break the lock. Sorry.
I didn't think we were there. I thought you said that we disappeared.
No. The hands sort of surround. Yorick saw the hands surround you. They then disappeared from you. Not used to. You're still there.
Right.
You're still feeling that warmth and that safety.
Yeah.
And Trellador is still carrying you.
So if that's the case, then sorry, I haven't said anything because I didn't think we were there. Sorry.
Yes, you are.
So if that's the case, and if I'm now feeling calmer and I can speak.
Yeah, you seem to be able to. The pain seems to have lessened.
The portal again. We're still near the hills. We need to get out of here. I am not feeling good.
If we can get out of here without using the portal, we can't. We need to. We can't keep jumping around, and we'll end up back down there. We just need to get through that door. Something's coming.
We force my way through and just hit the top with the hammer.
Yorick's just like smack, smack, smack. Out the way. Go for it. Roll an attack.
Guidance.
With guidance.
With guidance.
Does guidance work for attack rolls?
I thought it was just ability checks.
Yeah, it's just ability checks.
Thinks everything. Hang on.
No, that's Bless that does attack rolls.
Bless
Guidance just does.
Oh yeah, beg pardon. Sorry, it is just ability checks.
So yeah,
I rolled enough. I rolled a natural 18 for 25.
25. Your hammer strikes true. Roll your damage.
So he's moving right to the back of the group past Melissa. He's just stood in the way,
6.
sort of arms wide.
Okay. As you do that, you can feel the tremors getting bigger and bigger. The floor is starting to shake. The walls are starting to shake. The sconces further down from where you came from, one of them just crashes into the hallway, and the carpet starts to catch fire.
Even with all the water on it.
The water's on the door, not the carpet from where you came. So, 6 points of damage. You smash, and there's a sort of big sort of panel is dented in on the door. It's not open, but it's damaged slightly.
Can I use one of my knives to cut the carpet and throw it down to stop the fire spreading towards us?
Of course you can, yeah. You manage to sort of rip through the carpet, throw it towards you, towards the fire. Sure, no problem.
I'm just going to brute force my way through this while I keep smacking it.
Okay, roll another attack roll.
What's happening back there?
Don't worry about that. Just get us out of here.
What'd you roll?
That one was 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll some damage.
That's 10 points of damage.
Okay, you smash. The hole appears in the door, and you can see what looks like be the cool night air outside.
Snow's just going to start firing arrows down the corridor at whatever is coming towards us.
Yep.
He's literally not going to stop until he's out of arrows.
Okay, so you can't see anything coming yet, but you can feel the floor, the walls, everything is shaking. Everybody can feel this now.
We need to get out of here. I hope you've gotten through that door.
One more attack roll. Is that what you're doing?
Let's go. Yeah. I'll be. I've rolled 18, 15, 19 on attack roll. And that was a 7 for 11 points of damage on that.
So you literally take the door off its hinges with this last swing, and the cool night air rushes in. I take it you're running straight out?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So as you run out, you find yourselves on that same hillside that you came out of before. And as you turn back, as you see the rest of your companions coming out, Snow, Melissa, you coming out?
Yeah.
Yep.
The last one's out.
So as you start to run out, you can see the first of those little tiny imps popping up to try to follow you.
Yeah.
I start shooting them down.
Okay. They're not difficult to hit, and they but there are
Snow just grabs Melissa and starts shoving everybody down the hill. Just go, 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 go.
Okay. So you're running down the hill, all of you, and being followed by these little tiny imps that bounce out of this corridor again. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
That was a bit mind-bending.
You guys.
So not only did I think brilliant, we've escaped, it's absolutely fine. Didn't see the red port bit coming, and all of a sudden I'm going, fuck, I could have possibly died twice tonight.
So, thank you all very much for playing. That was amazingly good fun. I mean, past few sessions couldn't get you to even think about using the Well of Many Worlds. Tonight, every 5 seconds. Amazing. Yep. Absolutely brilliant.
It's like, yeah, when we wanted to go to the shop over there, I was like, oh, it's too far, just use the well.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Yes, clicking your shoes together. You didn't click your heels together. That's the problem, you see.
No, we clicked our companions together.
That is very true.
We shipped our companions together. Now, when we were first in that room with Fiona, was there any other way out than the well?
There was a door. But
that was behind Fiona.
That was behind Fiona, which is the same door you just ran through. So technically, you could have got out through that door if you could have worked out a way to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, anything's possible. You could, of course, have just, sacrificed Florian and walked out casually.
It was first on my list, but we went with the well.
Don't think Trellador would have been very happy about that.
See, I have a whole other idea for Florian. We could save Florian and possibly the whole party, but I don't think anyone would be happy with it.
Go on, then.
We get back in touch with that wizard guy and the tiefling who was undead because his blood wasn't flowing anymore. We turn Florian into one of those, and if he doesn't have any flowing blood, he can't activate the portal. Everyone wins, except Bjorn.
That's actually not a bad show.
That's a very nice plan.
Vienna did say that she doesn't care if Florian is alive or dead.
Yeah, but if we can remove his blood,
I think
as long as he's got blood in him.
I think the body is more important there, and his twinship and connection to.
No, she said all she needs is his blood.
She said specifically blood.
Oh. Still in the room, guys.
Just
away, we're not killing him.
Spitballing.
So, I mean,
just remember, if you're undead, you can't die.
Realistic, we could exsanguinate him and then get that guy to raise him again.
There we go.
I mean, okay. if we have any other comments or questions, please feel free. Thoughts on your journey today?
Can we just get this part of my story arc over, please? It's like the past 2 or 3 sessions have been really stressful and like being like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? What are they going to do? What's going to happen? But very enjoyable at the same time.
Cool. As long as you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it,
Yeah.
let me know.
No, definitely.
It's just arc stress. It's fine.
That's fine. You'll be fine.
It could be worse. My God told me to fuck off today.
That is true. That is very true.
And gave Trellador and Florian a big hug.
I was probably whooping when I saw that.
It's very weird being in a situation where even though you're rolling a saving throw, whether you pass it or not basically just entails you not to take damage, but you still can't do anything to help the party out.
Yeah, odd. I bet it's very debilitating.
Yeah, I'm literally sat there going, I can't do anything, can't say anything. Huh? Okay. But thank you, Reorcs, for the end of that.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
There was that one bit where you didn't do anything because you thought you just disappeared.
Yes.
Yeah, literally, because how
well, I'm sorry, that was my fault. I worded it incorrectly.
I think understood.
No, I got it.
But I should have remembered that, Viddy.
I thought we disappeared as well.
Fixated on certain words, or maybe I phrased it incorrectly.
Stowe's going to be having a very specific conversation with Celeste about not helping when he's trying to speak to Peladas, because that really did not help.
Well, Peladas thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But then Peladas is insane, so...
Yes.
We were in hell, there was a little bit of water, she thought she would help.
Dude,
by putting more water in.
Yeah, I'm not sure Miette's very happy about that. But
you could have possibly instead turned around and done it on the fire.
It wasn't fire there at the time.
Very pissed off about that.
It wasn't.
That's the whole reason my attempt to unlock that door failed, because my tools were wet, my paws were wet, my everything was wet.
Celeste may be getting stabbed by a tabaxi again, and this time it won't be me.
You know what we could do? You know, we were talking...
I might be able to get us off the hillside, so don't start.
You know, we were talking about getting rid of that nasty bloke. We could just open the portal of many worlds and just push him through it and close it again. There'll be no body, no harm, no foul.
Oh my God, I love it. It's a perfect crime.
Unless he goes back into the past and builds a dynasty with what he knows, and then changes the future, so in the future he's the lord of everything, in which case we'd be fucked.
He might end up in the place with two suns and dead world, so he wouldn't survive very long.
Or he might just end up
eaten by dragon.
Anyway, that is all to come. So hopefully you've had a really nice time watching us idiots playing this very silly game. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you guys for playing. It's been awesome as ever. Don't forget, we will be back here next week for episode 38. 38, that's a lot. please check out at the weekend Role Playing Gamers on Sunday for their second guest episode. I don't believe James is starring this week. Are you, James?
This week, no.
Just the last week. That was really good fun, actually. So yeah, make sure you catch them this Sunday. I'm sure it will be absolutely fascinating watching Bees and Merv get back together and then trying to find the other two.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? So, have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful week. We will see you all very soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
I've got to turn it off now. Oh my god. Bye.